Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fit and fine at your homes. This is your physical education class. Students, continue unit number 4, physical education and sports for CWSN, children with special needs, Divyang. Students, today first topic is SPD. Full form of SPD, sensory processing disorder. Sensory processing disorder is a condition in which the brain has difficulty in receiving and responding to information that comes in through the senses. Generally, all the activities such as reading a book, riding a bicycle, require accurate processing of sensation. It is a some sort of neurological traffic jam that prevents certain parts of the brain from receiving the information required to interpret sensory information accurately. Sensory processing disorder may affect a sense such as a touch, sight, taste, or movement. In this disorder, the person may scream when touched or vomit or drive under the table after hearing the sound of a leaf blower outside the windows. Next, causes of sensory processing disorder. The first cause is genetic causes. Genetic cause. Research studies indicate that children born to adults who have autism spectrum disorder may be at the higher risk of developing SPD. Next, low birth weight. Low birth weight is also considered one of the causes of sensory processing disorder. Next cause, environmental factor. Usually children who are adopted often experience sensory processing disorder due to some restrictions in their earlier lives or poor prenatal care. Next, physical causes. Research studies have indicated that individuals with SPD have abnormal brain activity when exposed to certain stimuli. Individuals with SPD have differences in brain structure will provide a biological basis for the onset of this disorder. Next point, drugs addiction. If mother was a drugs addict during fetal development, when the child have a higher risk of suffering from SPD. Next, autism spectrum disorder, ASD. Autism spectrum disorder is a disorder that affects development. Next, generally the young children with ASD have difficulties with communication, language, social skills and behavior. In other words, autism spectrum disorder are characterized by social interaction, difficulties communication, challenges and tendency to engage in repetitive behavior. Children with ASD may behave differently, repeated same activities over and over again, like touching the same object repeatedly. Next, to avoid eyes contact and prefer to be alone. They do not like to be embraced. They repeat words and action. Next, causes of autism spectrum disorder. Research studies show that there is no single causes of this disorder. However, the available data related to his fields suggests that his disorder results from different sets of causal factors such as genetic and environmental. First, genetic factor. Genetic problem seems to play a significant role of ASD. Their problems can happen in two ways. The first is that something happens during fetal development that alters a gene. The second way is that the children inherits problematic genes from one या both parents. That is why a children is more likely to have ASD if a parent is affected with ASD. It is a fact that at least 10% children with ASD have it from the genetic disorder such as Down syndrome. Next, environmental factor. In fact, there is no solid evidence to show that ASD can be caused by anything in the environment like diet या exposure to certain drugs or toxins. However, it is also evident that mothers exposed to high level of pesticides and air pollution may also be at a higher risk to having a child with ASD. Next, causes brain development. It has been observed that the brain of children with ASD develop differently in growing children. In such children, brain grows at a faster rate during the first 3 years of childhood. Such children have more cells than they require. Even the connections between the cells are not proper. It may be one of the causes of ASD. Next topic, students, oppositional deficient disorder, ODD. Oppositional deficient disorder is type of behavior disorder. It is mostly diagnosed in childhood. Children with ODD are incooperative, deficient and hostile towards peers, parents, teachers and other authority figures. They are more troubling to other than they are to themselves. They refuse to comply with request. They deliberately annoy and upset other individuals. They also try to blame other individuals for their mistakes. They have difficulty in making friends and have low self-esteem. They have negativity in their behavior. Next, causes of oppositional deficient disorder. In fact, there is no specific or clear-cut causes of oppositional deficient disorder. It is widely believed that a combination of various factors such as biological and genetic factors, physical, psychological, social risk factors play a significant role in the development of ODD. First, causes of ODD, biological या genetic factor. Children are more susceptible to developing ODD if they have a parents with a history of ADHD या ODD also. Child may be affected with ODD if their parents had depression या bipolar disorder or exposure of toxins या poor nutrition. Second, physical factor. The presence of ODD traits have been linked to the existence of abnormal amounts of some brain chemicals. These brain chemicals known as neurotransmitter are responsible for proper functioning of our body activities, and it is best for our well-being to have them in a state of balance in our brain. When an imbalance exists and messages are not communicated properly with others parts of brain, the symptoms of ODD may occur. Next, psychological factors. Children may develop ODD if they do not have good relations with parents or have neglectful parents or have inability to develop social relationship. Next, Social factors. Oppositional deficiency disorder may be due to inconsistent discipline, divorce, poverty, chaotic environment in the family, and exposure to violence. Thank you. Have a nice day.